Hi, I'm Carmen,
And I'm Steven, and this is Vienna Past and Present.
where we walk through the gilded and sometimes not so gilded halls of Vienna's history.
So, we're back with another survival guide, and this one will take us through some critical aspects of summer life and summer travel in Vienna. Given the recent news about heat waves, how hot will you be, and will the Viennese even care? How can you get around the city? Will you be able to buy non-restaurant food? And perhaps most importantly, how can you complain about all of this? Carmen is here to help.
Yes, indeed. As we will find out, complaining is paramount.
Yeah, so stick around for that. Okay, jump right in. Part 1. Will you be miserably hot in Vienna this summer? The news has been kind of suggesting that. A lot of it's kind of France-oriented, but, not all that far.
Yeah, June was rough here. It's gotten much better now, but June was hot. And I think it was the hottest June on record for Vienna. It was rough, to say the least. So yes,
Okay.
I think you're going to be miserably hot in Vienna this summer and presumably every summer to come because it's not getting better.
Yeah.
So, it has been very hot here and we don't have all that much AC here. Is AC as common in Seattle as it is in the rest of the US?
Actually, it's not. I wish I could say yes, so we had this super dramatic comparison, but we're in this strange climate here, that we feel really cool about. But where it always cools off in the evening, and then we get this super dry heat in the summertime that's never very extreme. It's also getting warmer here, like everywhere, but most people would really only need it for a few days each year, so it's probably a little bit more common not to have it. I assume that's similar in Vienna.
Yeah, kind of same idea. It really hasn't
Okay.
been that necessary to have AC. And none of the city historically was built around keeping things cool. It was more to deal with the cold winters than it was to deal with the hot summers, because that was more of what we had to deal with.
Right.
But now it's changing. And so, yeah, you kind of have to figure out how to deal with that. Okay, but so would you say that in the Pacific Northwest or the Northwest of the US has a more open window sort of vibe if it's that cool?
Yeah. Okay, that's nuanced and boring, but I would say it's not totally open window-ish. I feel like when I go to Chicago in the summertime, every window is kind of open and the storefronts are open. It's not quite like that, but yeah, I guess there's a lot of outdoor eating. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes, but we're not insisting on it.
Okay. So, in part one of our survival guide, we talked about lüften, right? So we've
Right.
discussed the opening of the windows around here and how that's
The
a thing.
house burping, okay, which I know you
Oh God,
hated.
no,
Okay,
stop.
sorry. Tearing open an old wound. We'll
No,
move on.
no.
Okay, anyway, Lufton,
I
sure.
reject that. It's unacceptable. It's called lüften, and that's it, okay?
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so okay, people love to open the windows. That's a whole thing anyway. But recently in June when it was so hot, the typical thing that you always would do is just, close everything down, close all your shutters, draw all your blinds during the day,
Yeah.
and then open everything up at night. And it cooled down enough that worked, right?
Okay.
But there was a 2-week period now in June where it did not cool off at night. I literally would open my windows at midnight and it was warmer outside than it was inside. And I
Weird.
was just like, oh God, no, I need to close it all again. And so if it doesn't cool down at night, it's a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the most part, we haven't really needed AC in public buildings, in supermarkets and, office buildings and stuff. You normally will have AC.
Yeah.
Unless your office building is in some old protected building, then it might be, you are sweating it out in a lot of the older buildings.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like Altbau, which are the old buildings that were built before 1918. Some of them have been kind of retrofitted with some version of an AC, but these are made out of monumental stones and
Right.
granite. You can't just easily put an AC in there. So you have to come up with these weird workarounds that kind of work, but eh. But even if you have AC in the supermarket or wherever you go, typically things will only be cooled a couple degrees colder than the outside
Okay.
temperature. So this is not American style, polar blast every time you
Yeah.
go into any kind of
Refrigeration.
establishment.
Right. Yeah.
I always freeze in the US in summer, even though it's 40 degrees outside. You go inside and
Yeah.
it's 10 degrees or something.
Yeah.
It's completely crazy. But if that's what you're used to, it will feel very warm here still, even in the supermarkets and stuff.
Right. And that kind of touches on like the European opinion of AC, I think, right? Which is just kind of different. Like it's not always good, it's often not good even, right? Or
Yeah, I mean, I think it's changing obviously a bit because as it gets hotter, it just becomes somehow more necessary. But still, like, there is a general vibe, I think, here of like, if you need AC, you're weak or something. It's like, and I think it is absolutely true. Even if you have AC, it doesn't get cooled down all that much, and people do still want to have some sense of what the temperature is. You don't want to be like fully divorced from what the outside conditions are.
yeah.
And so you cool it down a bit to make it more comfortable, but you're not cooling it down to some absurd level that is, wildly divergent from what is going on outside. And people think that's much healthier. I just heard recently, I don't know if this is true, that there was some study that the optimal or like kind of the most temperature difference that you should have is 8 degrees Celsius. So like if it's 38
Okay.
degrees outside, you would only cool something down to 30 degrees, which is still really hot. I think that's something like 85 Fahrenheit, which
Yeah.
like, that's not, that's a
know
little
about
too warm in
that.
my opinion
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, that's sort of the idea here. And AC, too much AC is seen as kind of unhealthy. You have this cold air blowing on you. And if you're going
Uh-huh.
inside and outside and, there's like a 15, 20-degree difference, people consider that to be kind of
Right.
unhealthy and kind of bad for your body. And so
Okay.
it's seen as something that's going to make you sick, which often comes up a lot. And then you have the real drama queens in summer, the Viennese, who wear scarves. Like they'll be wearing shorts and a tank top and then some little scarf around their neck because the AC is going to make them
Why?
sick. I don't know. It's like,
So better warm my throat?
yes, I don't know.
Like what? Okay.
I
All
think it's
right.
just to make a point about the AC. Like, I don't approve. It's going to make me sick.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be an interesting thing to keep an eye out for. We should request blurred pictures, blurred faces, some scarf pictures. Okay, if anyone's out and about. I'm kind of curious to see that.
I'll see if I can come across anyone. But that does kind of bring me to my next point about survival in Vienna, which is, we've had Lüften, opening the windows. We've got the
Right.
AC, which should be kind of moderate if you have it at all. But then
Okay.
there's also, of course, the concept of es zieht, meaning there's a draft. And so this is,
Make up your damn mind, Vienna. Wow. Okay, where does this fit into this equation that has no
Oh,
room? Where does it fit?
anytime, all the
There's
time.
no.
And usually what happens is that like somebody's like, oh, we need to lüften. We have to open the windows. There's too much stale air in here. And then 2 minutes later, that same person will be like, there's a draft. Why is there a draft? Close the windows. And you're like,
Really?
yes. It's amazing.
Okay, so yeah, this is not in our plan for this episode, but like here's some examples. It's okay, like it's noon. Outside it's like 32, which is like 90 Fahrenheit or something, right?
Yeah.
It's an old building. Is there like a Luften time right now? Is there a draft? Okay, I guess that one you probably would just keep it closed.
Yeah, that would be in the evening. Lüften, you need to open everything up in the evening when it cools down.
Is evening? Oh, evening only. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, got it. But don't you want moving air?
Yes, of
Like
course
it's
you do.
warm. You're like, oh, and what about fans? Like, are there no fans sold?
Oh no, there
Is
are
this just
fans.
draft makers?
No, there are fans, and air can move around, but I don't know. Old people especially will always be complaining about a draft, even though they're also always wanting to open the windows. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's very
So there's no.
confused.
Oh, all right. I was looking for a resolution. I'll stop.
No, just accept the
Got it.
contradictions. You both need to lüften, and then you also will hear es zieht, which means the lüften is finished.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that helps, all of our listeners. Great. Now you know what to do.
Yes, and I mean, we will get into this in more detail, but complaining about it is always a good solution.
So I think that brings us to part 2. So can you travel within Vienna right now? Like, what should we know about this in 2026?
Yes. So there is actually, I'm not even sure if this is a general concept or if this is just amongst my friends, because I said this to someone the other day and they just kind of gave me a blank look. But in my
it's
group
already in
of
the episode, okay? We're doubling down. Right?
we're making it official. So in
Yeah.
my group of friends, like in summer, there's a lot of these construction things that are going on with the public transport. And public transport in German is called öffentliche Verkehrsmittel, but that's a mouthful and nobody wants to be saying that. So we call it Öffi.
Yeah,
So we call it the
okay.
Öffis. And so we have this concept of Öffi Sommer, which is the public
All
transport
right.
summer, i.e., when the public transport does not function and it's not taking you where you want to go, and all your normal routes are somehow interrupted, and it's a real pain in the ass. So we are experiencing Öffi-Sommer at the moment, and it's only getting worse. So can you travel within Vienna? I mean, yes-ish, but not the way you want to currently.
Okay.
How is that in Seattle? Do you guys have that sort of situation as well in the summers?
I feel like it's not seasonal so much. Like, it's definitely not perfect. It's not the worst I've heard of or experienced even. Like, if there's maintenance, often they'll do that overnight. They'll do it on the roads overnight very often. So there's a lot of things that are like, okay, this road will be closed from this time to this time. We don't have 24-hour transit. So like a lot of that stuff I think happens in the off hours. They try to confine it to weekends often, but sometimes it's bad stuff where it's like, oh, Mother's Day weekend, you can't travel anywhere. Or like it's kind of like this road's closed and also this one. And so that's not great. We also had this like I feel like multiple years where escalators just were not working all over these city stations, where you then had to cram into tiny elevators, and it like was like the wrong kind of escalator. And that might be fake news. Like someone should Google that for me. But yeah, I was thinking about this. I would say overall, not Japan good, but not Albania bad. Okay, so like there's a comparison. 1% of people will understand that. Right? But like you get the idea. It's not like a feature how poorly it is. It works here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on the whole, public transport in Vienna is top notch, actually. I do have to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is world class, actually, but there is a lot of maintenance that goes into that. And like, obviously, it kind of requires that. And we are very spoiled. And I think even with all of the interruptions and the Öffi-Sommer, it probably still functions better than most cities. So I do need to say that. However, we're spoiled. And when there's an interruption,
Right. No, that's fair. That's fair.
And to be fair, some of these interruptions in service are like 2 or 3 months long. And then there's going to be one starting in September, which is going to massively impact me. That's 14 months where the main commuter line is going to be closed for 14 months, which I'm like, what can you even be doing for that long?
That is real long.
Yes.
Wow.
So we do have that situation going on. But okay, so let's say you're taking the public transport to work, assuming you even do that.
Okay.
Do you do that in Seattle?
I don't anymore, but I mean, I did for years.
And let's say there's a group of tourists just standing like 2 abreast on the escalator. How do you handle that?
Okay, so like, I think Seattle people were kind of passive aggressive or known for like being even just passive, right? So I think a lot of Seattleites, we would just kind of accumulate behind them in the left lane, which is kind of like the walking lane.
Yes.
Maybe someone would say something. They'd like try to breathe on them. I've said excuse me like often, but a lot of times if there's a massive traffic jam, like I can't yell excuse me up to like the 10th person away from me, so I probably wouldn't in that case. But yeah, like there's a walking lane on the left probably 75% of the time, more often than not. Mm-hmm. Does that answer it?
Okay, so Seattleites, I think, will do well in Vienna because
Okay.
there is also an escalator etiquette here, and people are very adamant about it.
Adamant.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. And the Viennese can be
Okay.
passive aggressive, but they can also just be straight aggressive. And if you're not, if you're not following the etiquette properly, they will let you know. So it's the same thing, right? There's a little saying in German and it rhymes, which is nice. So it's rechts stehen, links gehen, which means
Okay.
walk on the right, stand on the left, and
Okay.
do not fuck this up is basically the rule. Yeah.
Wait, stand on the left?
No, stand on the right.
Oh god, I already got it wrong. I was like, huh? Okay, got it. Yeah.
Rechts stehen, links gehen. Stand on the right,
Okay.
walk on the left. And yeah, And, you have these tourist groups or whatever, people who are just like, clogging up the escalator and standing all over the place. And the Viennese, I mean, they might be passive aggressive and just kind of move very closely and hope that you figure it out. Or basically, you absolutely will know if you have committed an infraction. And they'll either respond to you with like a very passive-aggressive hast or oida, which are these like very Viennese expressions, which you also need to learn. If you're living here, you need to learn them if you don't know them yet. Hast is like, comes from to listen, but it's just kind of this expression of like exasperation with somebody. And oida is an expression that can be used for anything in any case, and it depends on the tone how you use it. But if you're standing on the wrong place on the elevator, somebody will definitely be like, oida, and that means like basically move your ass over.
Okay. All right. So yeah, listen for those. Okay. And look around if you hear it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hast and oida, you absolutely will hear if you're paying attention. They're common.
Okay. Next up, if I want food from a grocery store, I mean, like, is there anything more to know? I feel like we've touched on this. Most cities will have a place or many places open late or 24 hours, maybe fewer after COVID, like Seattle. But, one near me is open till 1 a.m. It's a full grocery store. I think many of us know or probably remember it's not quite like that in Vienna. How tough is it exactly? Any updates to this situation?
Yeah, so speaking of exasperation, the opening times are the least of it. I mean, that's one frustration.
Okay.
However.
We only scratched the surface. Great. Okay.
That might be your saving grace if they don't even let you in, because actually getting in and having to deal with the grocery store is probably even worse sometimes. So years ago, I wrote this little rant that I called Hell is an Austrian Grocery Store. And I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it. I would have loved to actually read it because I think I had just come back from the grocery store and was like super irritated. And then I wrote this little rant. But yeah, anyway, I couldn't find it. But I stand by the title. Hell is an Austrian grocery store. Actually, a Viennese grocery store. So yeah, the opening times, we already covered that. However, you also have to be quick. The cashiers have no mercy. When you are checking out, it's like, you better be super fast. There's not any baggers or anything like in the US, right? You just have the cashier and they're just like scanning your stuff through. And then they're already ringing you up, expecting you to pay. And then they're already putting the next person's stuff to your stuff.
Huh?
Yes. And you're supposed to be bagging your stuff in the middle of this and paying. And it's like, there's so much to be on top of. It's a highly stressful situation, I must say. They are very quick and efficient, the cashiers. Also, they will not speak with you. There's like no chit chat, no friendliness. It's just like no nonsense. And they're just trying to get you through there as fast as possible. But I'm like never fast enough. So it's very stressful. So that's the one thing.
Okay. It's like, I want to ask how to solve this. I'm like, okay, so have your money ready and just like only buy 4 things.
That's one way. That's the cooperative way, which I sometimes do. However, I have also become uncooperative in some cases where I'm like purposefully slow just to like slow the whole thing down. Cause I'm like, no, I will not like.
You're like paying with check or money order. You are like.
Because I'm just like, damn. I will not be pushed through here at your tempo. No. But anyway, they don't like you if you do that. And they will start just adding the next person's stuff to yours if you're being too slow.
Just take it. Bag it up. Be like, okay, your process.
This looks like it's mine. So there's that situation. And there's another situation with the cash registers, which is the concept of the Zweite Kassa. Zweite Kassa, bitte, is like, so Zweite Kassa means second cash register, second checkout. And for some reason, the staff or like the workers at Viennese grocery stores never somehow come to the conclusion on their own that they should open another checkout. The line can be through the friggin' store, and they're perfectly content to have one checkout open until a customer requests another checkout line to be opened. And then you have to be like,
Is there a button?
No, you just shout it out. You just shout out, Zweite Kassa, and then they'll be like, okay.
Wow.
Yes, it's amazing.
Okay, you really are critical. You're a critical part of the operation.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You got to be...
I guess when you...
You're an active part of this whole situation as a customer.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, everyone pitches in here, I guess, to keep this grocery store open until 5 p.m. or whatever.
Yes.
Lord. Lord.
And the amazing thing too is when a Zweite Kassa gets opened, like a second checkout, this is so Viennese too. The people from the very back of the line will race to the front to be the first people in line at the new
What?
checkout. Yes, there's like zero consideration of the fact that, there's a line and that the people at the front.
This is the city of like Viennese waltzes and elegance or something.
Not in the grocery store, sir. It is elbows
not
out.
here.
Elbows out.
Damn.
Every man for himself.
We're hungry, okay? These people, they know this is closing at, whatever time on the dot. Better get through.
It is cutthroat. It's cutthroat. You gotta be ready.
Wow. Oh my God. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to go back to a kebab stand. It's not worth it. Okay?
See, so I'm telling you.
Just don't cook your own food in Vienna. Just don't.
Yeah, so the opening times are kind of the least of your problems. It's almost better that way. I mean, okay, obviously I'm exaggerating here a little bit, but like honestly, sometimes it kind of does work like this.
So I do think this leads very nicely into our final flavor of advice. We're all primed now. How is the complaining there? Like even if visitors can't exactly participate in the same way, please just tell us about it. Like I need this already after this grocery store trauma just experienced.
I have to deal with this every day. Think of my trauma.
Yeah.
So yeah, the way that we deal with all of this is there's another concept which is called Raunzen, which is a specific Viennese word for complaining.
Okay.
So there's other words, obviously in German, jammern, sudern, beschwerden. That's like other ways to say complaining,
Okay.
but none of that is good enough for the Viennese level.
You guys get together and have a Raunzen party or something like that, right?
Yeah, we take it to a new level, and it's a Raunzen situation, yeah?
Okay.
And so, this is uniquely Viennese. I think we take it very seriously. And the whole point is that you need to be Raunzen about everything, complain about everything. And my theory for this is actually that the Viennese have no real problems and therefore must complain about every minor, tiny grievance because it keeps them occupied. And I think it keeps them feeling alive, something to live for, something to get their...
They won't hear that, but yeah, listen.
When things are too perfect, you got to find problems, right? I mean...
When your water is that delicious, you just have to. You have to find something else. A draft. I mean, you'll pick some other problem.
Exactly. It keeps you feeling alive. It gives you, gets your heart rate going, gets you worked up about something. So yeah. So Raunzen is a thing. And that's kind of how we get through things. That's the Viennese way. To kind of sum it up, if you want to survive here, what do you need to do?
Okay.
Do you remember?
All right. I'm not looking at any of these notes that we have. You're going to... Come on, the first one is the hardest one. It's like you're gonna be warm, but also wear a scarf. And then you're going to open a window and then complain about a draft.
Yes, good.
Step one.
Step one, yes.
Okay. Step two was you were going to you get on the right side of that escalator and you crouch and you listen for shouting. Okay, because you might be wrong. 3, you get to the grocery store. Go at noon.
Yeah.
Don't even try to go late. Is it open at noon?
It is open
Probably
at noon.
not.
It used to not be, but it is these days in the city at least.
Okay. Just, skin of my teeth or whatever made that be okay. So you go real early. I would just get a maximum of 5 things. All right. Mm-hmm. And then, complain, but I don't know. Do you just complain to each other, not to the cashier? They're not listening.
Oh, no.
Told me.
No.
They're not listening to you ever. So just...
You can complain to each other, but that kind of requires talking to each other, which the Viennese don't love either. You just complain loudly to yourself, to the general public.
Oh, no, you demonstrated it. No, you go home and you write hell is a grocery store to yourself. Okay? Oh,
yeah, that's true. That's another way to go.
Wow. Listen, you told us and you demonstrated, okay? You're a great teacher today, Carmen. Okay?
That's how we roll here. So, you got to be alert and on your A game at the supermarket because they will not wait for you. You got to walk on the left, stand on the right of the escalator. You need to, melt in your home and, complain the whole way. And that's the thing. Like, we're all melting. The public transport isn't really taking us where we want to go in the summer. There's a draft. It's making us sick. We're all very unsure about whether AC is a good thing or not. The grocery store is a nightmare. But we get to complain about all of it. So yay, we love it.
Okay.
And that's how Vienna works. That keeps us happy.
Yeah. Listen, this is a unique blend, but I kind of think I'm getting a sense of like the Vienna like social emotional ecosystem. Okay, I feel like this was a good overview here. We did dig a little bit deeper this time in this survival guide.
This is the Viennese psyche we're getting into now, which is
that's true.
a whole beast on its own.
Right. I mean, it's like a lovable dysfunction kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. I'm happy for Vienna. Like, this is a pro-Vienna show. I mean, overall. So, I have to remind people after that. But, yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Vienna. Okay, cool.
We do like to make fun of ourselves, too, So it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, obviously,
Yeah.
all of it.
So send this to anyone who is brave enough to visit Vienna this summer.
You read the rankings
Okay, and good luck
about
to all you.
most livable
Okay.
city and best city in the world and all of that.
Uh-huh.
Actually, the rankings...
You heard us. Livable. This is what livable looks like.
This is livable. This is it.
Yep.
Actually, I saw the rankings just came out again, and Vienna is again second place after Copenhagen, so,
You know what? No one was talking about them before that, Hygge or whatever thing. And you know what? There's probably not a lot of Hygge in this sweltering summer. Okay, so,
That's true. Yeah, so this is livable, and these are the things you got to deal with.
get with it, I guess.
Complain the whole way. That's the way to go. All right, so I think that's it for surviving the summer. I think we are going to do an episode at some point with winter survival because there's a whole separate thing around skiing and all of that. But I think for now,
Yeah.
that's our summer survival guide, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it for our show. Thanks for listening. If you liked what you heard, share with your friends or leave us a 5-star review. And if you didn't like it then, well, don't worry about that review.
Right. You can find us on social medias, Vienna Past and Pres on Instagram, and send us your episandpresent ideas at viennapastandpresent@gmail.
Auf Wiedersehen, viert euch Baba.
Bye.
Oida.
I was about to do that too. I was like, oida.
Herst, oder? All right. Bye.